Alright gamers, no long intros, no advertisements, I'm Shield Maiden, let's get into it. Today I wanted to talk about the Word of Crota. It's a void hand cannon that you can get from Crota's End, the raid. It is a craftable weapon that can roll with repulsor brace, destabilizing rounds. Destabilizing rounds makes it so that when you get final blows, it causes nearby targets to become volatile. It can also roll with repulsor brace, where defeating a void debuff target grants an overshield. So not only after the initial target down, you're making all the targets around it volatile, and then getting an overshield for defeating those volatile targets. You can also throw major spec on it to deal extra damage against powerful enemies like champions. The best part about this hand cannon is that you can pair it with a Titan, a Hunter, or a Warlock on a Void subclass, and you're still going to tear through enemies and have a blast. As always, these builds are specific to the way I play, and if you want to change aspects, abilities, or fragments to fit your playstyle better, by all means, please do. And then let me know in the comments what you change and why. I'm not going to get into too many of the specifics regarding armor mods or subclass specifics like fragments and aspects. All of the builds will be in a dim link in the description box below. For the Titan, the abilities are really what you're comfortable with. I like using shield bash versus a shield throw because, I'll be honest, I'm not very accurate with the shield throw, and that's okay. I would much rather prefer to bash into my enemies and create a volatile explosion and be right in the center of it when it's happening. I also like using vortex grenades because it sucks all the enemies into one location and it's much easier to hit them. For Titan aspects, I use offensive bulwark simply for the grenade charge. I also like getting the increased melee range and damage, and then melee final blows extend the duration of any overshield I also get. I also use controlled demolition because hitting a target with a void ability or a volatile explosion makes them volatile. So if a group of enemies are volatile and then you explode them and then there's another group of enemies, you also make them volatile, which to me is just kind of like a ripple effect, and it looks really cool and is really fun. Controlled demolition also grants you and nearby allies health when volatile targets explode near you. Again, these fragments are for my playstyle. I like getting melee energy for the shield bash to make everybody volatile, to then eliminate those targets to make other enemies volatile. I enjoy the ripple effect, so like I said, create this to your playstyle, but this hand cannon is going to go hard no matter what you do. As far as what mods I use, it really depends on the activity. There really isn't anything specific to the build other than things like Void Siphon, Bolstering Detonation, Firepower, and Void Weapon Surge. And because I use Frenzied Stacks from my artifact, I also like having Healthy Finisher and Font of Restoration. Proximity Ward is also nice if you just want an overshield while you're performing a finisher. Being able to proc Devour on every class is also a huge deal within the Void subclass. Now, for my Warlock, I am highly enjoying Briarbinds, which means I am always going to be rocking Child of the Old Gods. For the most part though, really any Void Warlock build you find on YouTube will do just fine with the Word of Crota. With my Warlock fragments, all I'm really trying to do is create orbs, get an overshield, and try to proc Devour as quickly as possible. Now, on my Warlock, I didn't have Frenzied Stacks on my artifact mod, so I did have Font of Wisdom in a mod spot on my helmet, but for the most part, I'm also just using mods here that help me create orbs, regen all of my abilities very quickly, and give me armor charges. And now to the Hunter. Again, big shocker, I'm using aspects and fragments that fit my playstyle. As always, feel free to mix it up and let me know what you changed so that I can try that out too. To me, the best part about being a hunter is being able to stay invisible. So this build is all about getting my super, proccing Devour, and staying invis. As far as the armor mods go, what I'm really looking to do is get my grenade, create orbs, and gain super energy. You can do this by doubling up on Ashes to Assets on your helmet, using things like Grenade Kickstart, Firepower, and Bolstering Detonation on your grips. Also a Void Siphon or a Harmonic Siphon on your helmet. Innervation and Invigoration on the leg armor are also two big ones. And I am always running Double Bomber on my cloak. The hand cannon is going to have infinite ammo, So on my helmet, I usually like to have a heavy ammo finder, but because my hand cannon and heavy weapon are both void, throwing double void siphon on my helmet is a no-brainer. We've talked a lot about builds, and you're probably wondering, alright, well what does this have to do with the hand cannon? Ultimately, these builds are specific to my playstyle, and this hand cannon fits in perfectly with these builds and my playstyle. It really helps that the hand cannon is a primary ammo, so infinite ammo for one. The fact that it has repulsor brace and destabilizing rounds means that you're not spending fragments, aspects, or armor mods to make your weapon do something. This weapon already does a lot of what makes the Void subclass so amazing all by itself. Not to mention, adding commemoration is just the cherry on top. Nothing gives me greater pleasure in this game than being on a Void subclass, defeating a target, making everybody else volatile, and then listening to the sounds of the little explosions as all the enemies just disappear into the void. As always, if you liked the video, please comment, like, subscribe, and check out the socials. Bye!